Welcome to another special episode of Farming Simulator 17. In today's episode, we're going to look at equipment from the Big Bud Pack in action. No, this is what it looks like. Here we are in the parking lot. I'm going to show you how I'm using it in my demo farm, which, granted, cheated in some money initially, but that was gone a long time ago, and I've been working really hard to make enough money to buy a few more pieces of equipment. So I just bought this huge 24-meter wide cultivator. It looks like a jungle gym, doesn't it? It is huge. And we're going to take that out for a spin in the smaller of the two tractors, the Big Bud 450. So let's hop in, hook up to it, take it for a spin. Nothing is small or petite about any of this equipment. And because it's so big, I'm going to take it to the far end of the map and cultivate the field by Mary's farm. Almost all of the Big Bud equipment takes up both lanes of this 4-lane street. It's a real panic to drive down the middle of the street. Now, I mentioned that this is Goldcrest Valley, and it is my demo world. I did, hit a sign. Okay. I did cheat in $10 million to start it, so I bought a lot of land. I have a lot of fields. Pretty big operation, and that's why this is perfect for Big Bud. The $10 million was spent a long time ago, and everything I get now I have to earn. But fortunately, I have a lot of fields and some livestock now, and a lot of good equipment to earn it with. So I've been working hard to do that. I'm also going to show you some things that, because I had the resources to buy various things and to even try things, and almost on speculation, I've discovered a few things that are pretty handy in a single farmer large operation. So you're going to see some of those ideas that I've had. This particular field is going to get plowed in a little bit. We have a little bit of straw left on there, so I need to pick up the rest of that before I accidentally plow it under, because I really do need the straw. I have a lot of cattle, and I think, about 180 cattle, I believe. I have some pigs. I already sold 21 pigs. Brought the herd down to 14, and it's back up to 30 some, I believe. And I have 30 some sheep as well. I'm thinking 38 perhaps. I've only sold wool once though, a couple pallets worth, which is nice. You get quite a lot of money for those when you get them. They just don't, they just show up. But sheep are easy to take care of. Grass and water, that's it, and keep the pens clean. I have some ideas on how to clean pens too a little more easily, and I'll show you a couple of those. The sheep pen though, I'm doing manually with a bucket. Then I also have, all of these large fields. I have the field coming up on the left. I had the one that passed on the right. I've got all the fields up here to the right. Mary's farm all the way to the cattle barn. I don't have the one past it because I didn't need it really. But I also have the fermenting silo. That's a mod. I gave up on the bunker silos. I think they're hopeless in Farming Simulator 17. I have the mixing plant. The Silo King is fine, but it's not big enough for this operation. Let's see how this thing handles this hill. Every other tractor or truck I've had is slowed way down going up here. Now this one's slowing down a little bit, but not as much. One of the problems I've been having up here on the hill, there's a lot of rocks at the ends of fields and other buildings and things in the way, and the Big Buds don't really handle it well. I don't think what they basically do is just give up and stop short. Now, I don't know how wide this thing is going to be, so I'm gonna. I'm also learning to back with a split tractor, a wiggle tractor. I'm getting better at it. I'm also pretty proud of myself. I loaded 4 seed pallets and 4 fertilizer pallets onto a trailer without dropping any of them on the ground. This is going to be a little trick to there. I think I'm straightened out now. Now if I can back up more or less straight. Just a little bit. Oh, perfect, perfect. All right, let's see what this baby can do. I think this is supposed to be able to handle this cultivator. I believe it is. Yes. Yes. See how long that takes. I'm in real time now because I don't have any crops that that I need to ripen, and the faster you go, of course, the more often the animals need to be fed and watered, and I don't really want to do that during this episode because I have a lot of other things to do. We're going to go to the end of the field and see how this thing handles the turn. It would be nice if it just, you know, backs up or cuts it short a little bit and then turns without getting hung up on those rocks ahead, but I'm not optimistic. So this is the Flexicoil cultivator, I believe, with the Big Bud 450, 500 horsepower. Okay, he's got just enough room maybe to get up there. Yeah, he's just going to make it. Farther down the road, he might run into trouble. Maybe. Alright, so while he's doing that, let's take a look at what else I have to show you. It's not all Big Bud stuff, but there's mostly Big Bud things. There's the Fermenter Silo. The, oops. Oh, I have the storage shed, too, that stores everything. I also have a hayloft in the back, but I like the storage shed better. Okay, alright, there is the seed, and there is the Seed Hawk planter. It is a brute, an absolute brute. I should straighten that out maybe a little bit more. There. I tried an experiment getting the seed off it without taking it off the trailer, and I believe it's going to work. Okay, we'll flip through some of the other stuff I have. I have a lot of equipment because remember I started with $10 million. So now here's something I'm doing to clean the pig pen. I just use the conveyor belt system, and it sucks it all up from there as it appears, and puts it into one of these trailers. And I don't remember the name of this trailer now. Let's take a look at it because I've got a couple more. The Brantner, it's 9,800. It only holds 8,000, but I don't care for what I'm using it for. I don't need that. You notice I also have 2 more trailers in the background. One has, I think, wheat, and the other one has probably sunflower seeds for the pigs. And I hit on that idea hoping that they would hitch together, and they do, because it's an easy way to haul grain from your farm silo to the pigs. They don't take a whole lot at one time, and so I didn't want to tie up a whole truck. But with 2 trailers hitched together, you can bring 2 things at once. So we'll when we get back to that, we'll unload that. Water is one of the things that's been the hardest to keep up with. I haven't been able to find. I'm pretty sure there are a couple of mods out there with bigger water trailers, but I don't have one yet. So I have 3 of these instead. Here's how I'm doing foraging. I'm just pulling the Crone trailer, which is a big brute also. I was, you know, unhitching and hooking up a tractor to it and bringing it in, but shucks, this is close enough, and this thing pulls this trailer almost better than some of the tractors do. So I just fold up the header and head to the Fermenter Silo and dump it in. doesn't lower quite as fast as I'd like it to. It's kind of take it easy. All right, well, that's unloading. We may or may not get. Here is the plow. This is the Gregoire Besson plow, the biggie, and I'll show you how this works. I'm just gonna hire a hand to do it. I'm using the New Holland T9, I believe it is, which has 557 horsepower. You need 550 to run it. So either the Big Benz and the New Holland T9 can handle this. Okay, look at this wide swath. You can hardly see the end of it. You kind of have to get down like this to make sure that the tail end is doing something. I started farther over than I intended, but you notice the last time I did this field, I missed part of it. So at least we're getting all of it. This one is going to have trouble turning around at the end as well. We'll check in on that again in a little bit. That's my John Deere. That's a mod. Here we go. Now, the seed tank, I put some seed in it, and it only took about it used half of them and only filled 15%. So I want to open up the seed tank. Is that going to be too far away? Okay, refill additional tank. All right, so this should just take it in that. Okay, that's the seed. I hadn't put any seed in. I was thinking I put seed in, but not fertilizer. And it's just taking it right from this from the trailer. That okay? Refill additional tank. Can I do? Oh, okay. Now it's doing the fertilizer. Must be taking turns filling things, I guess. So I don't know why it put that in the seed tank. But we'll just keep doing this till it's all gone. I didn't know how much stuff it would take. And yeah, I was kind of afraid of that. I took 4 of everything, and it's gonna about it's not even gonna half fill it, is it? Okay, close. Oh, open. Wait, still got 1 tank left, I think. Yeah. Might have to. Okay, bring that a little closer. It doesn't pay much attention to the color, does it? It just alternates, I think. Should use up the last one. Okay, so we got about a quarter full on 4. If you're going to use this, regularly, you would have to get the seed and the fertilizer mod tanks. I can show you those real quick, because otherwise you'd be filling these things up forever. I hire the hand and they pay for the extra anyway. I just need enough to get started. Yeah, you'd have to get these seed tank and solid fertilizer tank, and if you're going to use liquid fertilizer, you'd want to get one of those too. I mean, that's not terrible, 16,000 for the 2 of them. But so that's, let's see, to close that. This thing holds like way too much stuff. And rather than try to turn around, I'm going to go to the other end and start this planter. We're going to plant soybeans, I believe. Oh, I have to change up to the there. To select seed, I have to switch up to the actual planter, because the back trailer is just to hold the surplus stuff. This is going to be interesting. While it's doing that, I'm also going to change to soybeans. There we go. No idea how wide this is all going to get here. You're watching Big Bud in action. Farming Simulator 17 with Tenacious Viking. I wasn't sure I was going to like Big Bud, but I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, let's see what this thing can do for planting. Probably going to go out on the highway when it turns around, but that's all right. Look at that. That's like 3 times what most planters are able to do. Wow. 4,000, so 12,000 of each about seed and fertilizer. And then you notice this also cultivates. You do not need to pre-cultivate. So it cultivates, plants, and fertilizes all in one pass. Rick 9G and I were talking about that in Goldcrest Valley, in our collaborative farm, our partnership farm, about it'd be nice if you could do all 3. Well, you can with this, and I love it. Absolutely love it. We'll stick with this for no, we won't either. We got to check on some things. We'll try to catch that turning around. Okay, we are ready to fill up some. Wow, that looks dumb. Okay, see, that's all it takes. Is that much? Let me get this one up here, so I'm sure I get the sunflowers dumped. Okay, that's all it takes. So I'll circle back around and dump some more in next time I come by. Now, when we get a few more pigs, then we we'll. I had several pigs run up before I sold a bunch, and man, that was tough, keeping them fed and watered and keeping this thing clean. But this conveyor belt just cleans the whole thing just marvelously. I love it. Okay. This is our cultivator. He's more than half done. I think. Yeah, more than half done in just that time. See how the plow is doing. There's the planter on the second round. He made the turn okay. See how that plow is hung up or not. I haven't seen any notice. So I think we're okay. I also have to get this get the forage harvester back in business. Get this corn up so we can replant corn as well. I'm not even going to pick up this stuff in the end rows. I just don't have time. It's too big a farm to. I haven't even planted anything on the 3 original fields since I first harvested it because I haven't had time. I have too much to do. Up ahead there by the barn, you see just a grass field. I planted grass in there and use that for the hay and grass. Okay, the plow stopped for some reason here. I'm not sure why. Okay, no, you didn't. So I will finish this manually and then turn it around. I don't know if there's a farm field's big enough to really do justice to this equipment. I missed a little bit, little piece back there, but shoot. Well, maybe I'll take another run at that later on. I don't know if this thing's going to turn around at the ends or not. I had a lot of trouble with the other field that I plowed with it as well. Third swipe. See, we're missing some pieces at the end. So you almost have to do headers on these fields with this big equipment. Head ends to mitigate that. If you do that in advance, then it's easier for it to find a safe spot to turn around. But to avoid going past those poles, it may snag one anyway. Let's see. Oh, just missed it. Good job. And causing problems, you probably should do the ends before before you turn it loose with a hired hand anyway. So the Seed Hawk planter, huge, 24 meters wide, holds I don't know how much, but it cultivates plants and fertilizes all in one pass. I'm going to do about 3, maybe 4 fields this way. I wish it planted corn and sunflowers, but it doesn't. And that's why I have the large cultivator, is to prepare those fields. This one will probably be, oh wow, that does a good job. Look at that, it's done. One more pass and it's done. This will probably be soybeans up here, but I'm not sure if I'll plant them with the new planter or not. I guess it depends on. I probably will, because it's probably going to be done and ready to go. So I wouldn't have needed to cultivate this one, but I wanted to show it to you, so I did. We have the wide mower and a windrower for grass, and then I put the tedder on instead for hay, and come by later with the windrower. Got a cattle truck, so I can say that. This is just for picking up seed and fertilizer pallets. That's what this whole thing is for. Here's our one of our combines. We have two. I have 2 harvesters, one here and one up on the hill. Just going to park this here out of the way. This truck, auger wagon, 2 forage wagons. Oh, I should show you how I clean, the other way I clean. The cattle yard is too big to use a conveyor on it, but it's grass, so you can just use a forage wagon. Turn it on, make a pass, and gather it all up. It's a lot quicker. And then dump it in. It's a lot quicker and easier than the buckets. Oh, helper H! He got to the end and quit again. The plow, I think. That's one of the problems with big equipment in fields. You either have to do some hedgerows, or else you have to do, or else you have to babysit it a lot. I'm too stupid to do hedgerows. I love the manure spreader. I might end up using it on corn and sunflowers, since I'm planting that with a smaller planter. I think it has fertilizer on it, but or maybe I'll go to oops, not enough room there. Maybe I'll go to 3 times. I have that turned off. And use a manure spreader for the 2nd and 3rd applications, just because I'd like to see. I really don't know what the yield difference is. I don't know if anybody's tried that yet, experimenting with that, but I haven't, so I'm not sure. All right, you just empty this back into the trough, and you're good to go. I had quite a lot of silage in the bunker silo and sucked it all out with that conveyor system, and now I'm just using the Fermenter Silo so I can free up the conveyor for keeping the pens clean. Let me see what. Okay, there's the fields. I own all of these fields here. See, I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the 3 original fields. Prices still suck. I've got 35 sheep now. They need some hay or grass. The pigs are in good shape, as we just saw. We're going to need some straw maybe, but that's not a big deal. Cows are going to need a bunch. I got 183 cows, and they just need stuff all the time. Grass and power food. A little disappointed yet in the power food. When I put power food in, it registers some of it as silage, which is weird. Had that problem in U.S. Hill as well, and I'm having it again. But I love these little trailers. These are so handy for several purposes. They're really cheap. Any small, inexpensive tractor can pull them. And I really like that. I don't know what happened to this guy. He got lost somewhere. I have to figure out what happened to him. Okay, the plow's still going. See, he misses a bunch, so you have to go pick that up anyway. You could just well do it first and make it less annoying for the hired hand to do it. Don't have to watch him so much. Planter, half done already. And I'm sure that, yeah, the cultivator is done. So I can fold this thing up again. Just, man, it folds strange. But I suppose, what can you do with something that wide? You look for the best, cheapest, safest way to do that. I think I can get down this hill with it. Pretty sure I can. And we'll cultivate the first field down here as well. So that's a look at some of the items, some of the equipment from the Big Bud Pack in action on an operating farm. Hope you enjoyed that. If you want to see more, let me know. I'll be happy to do that. I really appreciate the response to the what's in the Big Bud Pack. That was enough views to inspire me to do this. So you know, I could do some more if you want to see more equipment from the Big Bud Pack. If you still haven't decided whether you want to buy it or not, boy, I think it's worth it. And I was a real skeptic at first, a real skeptic. You can ask Rick 9G if you don't believe me, because I told him, I don't know, I don't think I want to do the Big Bud Pack. But, whoops, what are we doing, what are we doing? Okay, are we done now? Are we ready? Okay, there we go. All right. I want to get back to that planter, and we'll watch that as we close out. I have no idea where that planter is. I also don't know what's going on with the forage wagon. There we are. See, he does a pretty good job of turning. Catches most of this. He's not going to back up because of that trailer behind it. That's the problem. So I'll have to do the headways there, but that's all right. I mean, he's almost done, so I got time to do that. Thank you so much for watching. Join me next time when Tanisha's Viking plays Farming Simulator 17.